12 animated movies that were quietly banned or erased. Animation is often seen as fun, colorful, and family-friendly. But behind the cheerful facade, there are animated films that faced censorship, controversy, or were quietly erased from public view. From political pressure to adult content, these 12 animated movies reveal the hidden, darker side of animation history that most audiences never knew existed. Animal Farm, 1954, an adaptation of George Orwell's classic novel, was banned in several countries for its political allegory criticizing totalitarian regimes, with governments fearing its subversive message. The Thief and the Cobbler, 1993, a decades-long passion project by Richard Williams, was famously taken from the director before release, heavily recut, and released without his vision, leaving many fans feeling the film was effectively erased. A Scanner. Darkly, 2006, though critically acclaimed, faced distribution challenges due to its adult themes and rotoscope animation style, limiting its audience and making it less accessible. The King and the Mockingbird, 1980, originally started in the 1950s, faced production halts and studio interference, delaying its release for decades and effectively erasing its intended impact at the time. Fritz the Cat, 1972, the first animated film to receive an X rating in the United States, was controversial for its explicit sexual content and political satire, leading to bans and limited screenings in multiple regions. The 9 Lives of Fritz the Cat, 1974, was even more restricted due to its extreme content, further cementing the series' status as controversial and erased from mainstream conversation. Sita Sings the Blues, 2008, while celebrated today, faced legal challenges over music licensing, making official releases complicated and limiting its reach for several years. When the Wind Blows, 1986, depicting nuclear war, was criticized and censored in some countries for its stark portrayal of disaster, despite its animated format. The Adventures of Prince Ahmed, 1926, the world's oldest surviving animated feature, was lost and partially recovered over time, illustrating how early animation could easily vanish due to neglect and decay. Fire and Ice, 1983, though influential in fantasy animation, was banned in certain regions due to graphic violence and sexualized content, keeping it obscure for years. Gulliver's Travels, 1939, despite being a major studio release, faced cuts and edits to comply with international censorship standards, erasing some of its original humor and social commentary. Finally, The Snow Queen, 1957, a beautiful Soviet animation, was delayed and restricted in release in certain countries for political reasons, highlighting how even beloved animated stories could be silenced or hidden from audiences. These films remind us that animation, far from being just lighthearted entertainment, can challenge, provoke, and even be suppressed, leaving some works forgotten or quietly erased from history. By exploring these hidden stories, we uncover the complex interplay between creativity, politics, and censorship in animation, showing that even in a medium associated with fantasy, reality can be surprisingly dark. If you enjoyed this deep dive into hidden animated films, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content about rare movies, animation history, and hidden gems. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and let us know in the comments which banned or erased animated movie surprised you the most.